Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Xenogears. We're still in Citan, so let's head down back to the town. Alright. See, no, that's not the, maybe they're in here. Nope. Out of my way. Ah! Young master! The people of Citan were most generous to allow us to rent this house, so there will be no need to seek lodgings at the inn for a while. Also, Master Sigurd wishes a word with you regarding your next move, if he may. Alright, so where is Sig? The good Master Sigurd is waiting for you inside. Okay, thanks, Mason. In we go. Whenever I come here, it always calms my heart. Anyway, young master, I want to work out what our plans from here on are. Alright. But before we do that, there's something I want to ask you. Me? Yeah. What, just the two of them? Sig, what's up with you and that Gebler officer? What's the connection between you and him? You know, you sure know a lot about Gebler for some reason. Alright, I'll tell you. Me and Citan here, we used to live in Solaris. Solaris? You mean where Gebler's from? That's right. Solaris calls foreigners lambs. They're used as manual labor. Basically, it's slavery. Slavery? Is that where you met him? Yes, it was there. We worked for the Solaris government for a short while, but we learned to dislike their methods and escaped the first chance we had. You were friends with these people? I met you when I was a kid, and we've been together ever since then, so this would have had to have happened even before then. I probably wouldn't have understood this if I had heard it earlier, but why didn't you think I could deal with it now? Surely you could have told me about this. Especially when you had something to do with the people who were backing that Shakhan idiot. I wish you'd told me sooner. There's nothing I can do about that now. But there's one thing I want you to believe. We left Solaris on our own will and for our own reasons. Now they've appeared before us. We can't just sit back and do nothing. If need be, I will give my life to stop them. Alright, I understand. But can you elaborate a little more? Uh-oh, he's sitting down. This is going to be long. Oh, we have questions. Okay. Well, let's ask, where is Solaris? What bugs me is this surface dwellers thing. It's as if Solaris is in another location, like up in the clouds or something. Yes, well... Ooh. And ominous music, too. Etrinek, the capital of the Solaris Empire, is located in the skies above. Solaris is separated from the land by dimensional distortion fields known as gates. Passing between the two requires special means of transportation, such as an airship. Well, that explains why Gebler has an airship. To get to Aveh, we stowed away on a regular flight to the surface. I came much later than Sigurd did, but I also escaped in the same way. Let's ask, what are lambs? That is the word Solarians use to indicate those who live on the Earth. As I said before, such surface dwellers, or Earth dwellers, are used for manual labor there. Manual labor could be anything from soldiers to administrative jobs. Solaris gathers its workforce from the land dwellers. Jobs are divided up by who is most suitable. Sometimes people are brainwashed. Brainwashed? I was used as a test subject. There was probably something they valued inside of me. You too, Doc? No. I was born in the lower city levels. It is not a complete secret, but I guess I am a Solarian. You see, you still need people to run a country. No matter how scientifically advanced you are, you have no support without people. Pure Solarians are rare. They would not even make up a quarter of Aveh's total population. So they support their country by stealing surface dwellers. Who is that man? His name is Karan Ramses. As you know, he's the Gebler commander. Incidentally, Ramses is actually supposed to be Ramses, as in Ramses the Great. Misromanization there. Ramses? We call him Kar. In Solaris, there is an officer training school called Jugend. It's either Jugend or Jugend, I'm not sure. Probably Jugend. Whatever. He became the commander after leaving there. He is a lower-level citizen, the same as me. However, with his amazing abilities, after graduating, he rose through the ranks with unparalleled speed. That man had one ideal, to achieve a consolidation of all of his colleagues. Even land dwellers, if they had talent, were brought into the army. So you two were picked by Ramses? No, we were not picked by him. We aligned ourselves with him. At that time, we agreed with him. At the time, Ramses was our hope. He had high ideals and wanted to change the system in Solaris. To us test subjects and lower-level citizens, he was truly all that we wished for. A benefactor? Yes, even I, a test subject, was changed by his ideals. Why did you leave? So why was it that you wanted to flee from Solaris? Ooh, flashback. Oh, or not. We were placed in key military positions by Ramses, and thanks to that, we came to know the relationship between Solaris and the surface dwellers. The lambs, right? They weren't just using us lambs for slave labor. They also selected some of us, like me, to be used as subjects in experiments to refine their drugs. Drugs that change people's personalities, to make them more aggressive and to draw out their latent abilities. They were using us as human guinea pigs to test their psychological alteration drugs. Human guinea pigs? Experimenting on humans? Yes, for example. Drive. That drug and all others like it that are used now are byproducts of human experimentation. However, the role of such experimental subjects was not limited to just that. This drive drug is something that anyone in the Solaris army can use? At least anyone in the Gebler forces who was sent to the surface. You're worried about her, huh? I saw some in a room. No. Anyway, using slaves as guinea pigs, how low are these guys? Damn. I understand. I think I get most of it. Old Mason, go reserve the town hall for us. We'll finish talking there. I'm going outside to get some air. I should have been honest with him sooner. It is best not to worry about it. You did all you could at the time. The young one will understand. I wonder if it lists their age. No, it doesn't. I was hoping. Oh well. I am sure the young master would never have dreamed. Yes, I did. However, when Sigurd was telling the story, I thought it was best to stay quiet. Please try and help the young master come to terms with all that he has just heard. Yep, I think I will have to do that. Well, we'll have to come to terms with it, too. Ooh, good music. Ah, I love this piece of music. Definitely one of the best in the game, and that's no small feat for this game. I thought we had reserved this. Oh, that's right. I have to go find him somewhere else. Alright, where is he? He is over here on the bridge, isn't he? Yep. Trying to talk to you, buddy. There we go. I had no idea Sig had such a past. Are you still suspicious of Sigurd? Well, I mean, it was just so sudden. I kind of expected to hear something different, like that we were childhood rivals or something. Well, that's nothing compared to the story you just told us, is it? So hearing his story has you confused because it was not so simple. There was a time when he was cooperating with one of Gebler's generals. Furthermore, behind Gebler was a country that you had never even heard of. Hey, what are you picking on me for? No, I'm not picking on you or blaming anything on you. What I'm saying is this. If you think about how he feels, then you should see why he could not talk about this with you till now. Looking at the activities of Solaris toward other countries up until now, it has never gone beyond simply maintaining their own empire or self-preservation. And as you have seen, their military power is immense. So Sigurd was probably thinking ahead. First, he was probably concentrating on taking care of the problems here on the continent of Ignis. Once things were settled here, it would give him a stronger foundation to deal with Solaris later, which is a much better plan than rushing straight into a war he knew we could not win. Quite logical, really. It sounds like you understand one another pretty well. Well, it's not like we are newly acquainted, is it? And we had talked about a lot of things up until we decided to escape from Solaris. Speaking of that, why did you leave? That Ramses guy was supposed to be a star of hope or something, wasn't he? Yes, I certainly thought so at first, but then I realized his way of thinking really was not that much of a change from the previous system. Basically, the only difference was whether they stressed people's rank and class or their skill. The words had changed, but it was still no different from what Solaris itself had been doing until then. He had no intentions of bringing everyone a better way of life. In other words, he's an elitist. I don't think I like him much either. Neither do I. So, Citan, do you think I can beat Gebler? Why, are you planning on fighting them? As long as they're working with Shakhan, there's no way around it. The way things are going, I'm sure we'll have to fight them sooner or later. I suppose so, but even if we were to defeat the Gebler forces here... Excuse me. Ate dinner before this video, so, yeah. Even if we were to defeat the Gebler forces here, there is still Solaris to deal with. If we are not careful, it is possible that we may get involved in a longer war than that with Shakhan. Do you not agree that continuing the way we have been going is rather hard on everyone? I think it is time we try to get help from a greater number of people. So defeating Shakhan's not going to get rid of the likes of Gebler. I know what you're trying to say. To vanquish Gebler, first gain thy throne, right? You could put it that way. What do you mean you could put it that way? But then again, maybe it is time I did something about that. Well, now let's see if we can go in here. Ah, good. I went to the tool shop to borrow a table. The owner said, if we need anything for the young master, just ask for it. I'm grateful. When I was a kid, I borrowed stuff from there and got in big trouble. Borrowed? What did you take? A toy boat. I think that's what it was. I put fireworks in it and let it float on the cathedral's lake. I always used to play Navy. I'm not sure, but I think I pretended the lake was the open sea, and I was the fleet commander. Anyway, forget those old stories. We should get started. First, Gebler is the big problem. Yes, Ramses is headed towards achieving his goals. That he is now the commander of Gebler is proof of that. A normal man could not progress so quickly through that country's organization. And now he is presently located here in Ignis. Frankly, the situation is not very favorable. We need to somehow find a weak spot and attack it with all our might. First, let's just concentrate on Shakhan. Once he's out of the way and Aveh is safe again, we can think about how to deal with Gebler. With our present strength, we should be able to hold off the Royal Guard forces. The problem is how to deal with Gebler in the meantime. They will most likely move at Shakhan's request. They're not just gonna sit by and watch quietly. May I have a look there, please? I assume that's a map there. In short, we want Gebler to leave for a while, at least until we are able to take back the royal capital, Bledavik. Ooh. These are the Gebler units currently in Aveh, correct? The Western Guards. The Royal Capital Defense Force. And units along the front line at the border with Kislev. There are 3 main groups. Each is made up of a mix of Gebler and Aveh forces. Only 2 of these are very large. The Royal Capital's defense units and the Kislev border units. The Western Guard along Nisan's border are little more than a surveillance team. In order to recapture the Royal Capital, it will be necessary to draw these defense units away from Bledavik. We have some Kislev-made gears, correct? Yeah, we captured some earlier. What if we use those gears to make a raid on the Western Guards, here at the border with Nisan? I see. We'll draw them out by making it look like Kislev is invading Aveh. But the problem is, will attacking the border guards be enough to set the center in motion? To be sure, then, Nisan will have to appear to align with Kislev. If they see it that way, they will certainly make a move. You're saying that you intend to use Nisan as a bait? Doc? Shakhan is very sensitive to Nisan's and Kislev's actions. If Nisan starts moving, he will probably leave it up to Gebler, but... Of course, I do not wish to do that from the beginning, but looking at the situation, we have to be willing to go that far. First, we infiltrate into the capital. To take out Shakhan, we'll have to meet up with our agents already in the city. We're forgetting one thing. The front-line units along Kislev's border. The main strength of Aveh's fleet is in the battleship Kefenzel. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that. It's been in service since the reign of the last king. Because of its firepower, the whole unit is nicknamed the Invincible Fleet. I recall yesterday's intelligence report said that the ship is near the border. Damn, that puts everything in jeopardy. Do not feel so down. I simply wanted you to see the current distribution of force in the area. Even in the worst case that they do come, it will not be such a great problem. What do you mean? I have some additional information about Aveh's border fleet. The former Aveh Supreme Commander was transferred there. Not really transferred, more like demoted. His name is Vanderkalm. Vanderkalm. Vanderkalm? You don't mean the Vanderkalm that was in Jugend? The very same. Young one, he has not been able to adapt to the change in tactics, particularly following the introduction of gears. He is a man who will never stray from his dependence on large naval guns. You mean he's stubborn? He is all size and no real military power. An excellent target for pirates. Young master, this is not going to be an act of piracy. Just kidding. Actually, the number of gears assigned to the fleet seems to have been reduced. Even with that, how gallant of him to be so self-righteous. Is he that much of a musclehead? It'll be fun taunting him. Young master! I know. Anyway, Citan, do you think you can strike our gear forces? It is not a problem. Even with Vanderkalm, we have enough forces left to pull off the feint. However, it will not be wise to underestimate our opponents. Well, now that we know what we are up against, here's what we'll do. Apart from our main unit heading to Bledovik, we must keep the fleet at the Kislev border from returning to the capital. So you're suggesting we have another unit? A few effective soldiers to hold the enemy at bay. A small force is best. A small force? What if Faye leads a group of gears there? Hey, don't go volunteering me. Me? Hold on now, there's no reason to involve you all in this. I'll do it. Yes, let me do it. When do we leave? Hey, now you're getting a little excited there. Are you sure? We've come this far. Hey, we're friends to the end now. Speed is everything. We should do this as soon as possible. Alright, tomorrow. I am truly grateful. Faye, Citan. Yeah. There's no way we can lose. No one will die in vain. Well put, young master. Oh, our forces are going to be split up again. Oh well, at least maybe it'll give me an opportunity to get higher level than Bart. Jerk. Uh-oh, ominous music. Good morning. Yep, that's ominous music, all right. What's with the long face? Not feeling well? Or are you feeling sad about saying goodbye? Or maybe you're just nervous. Shut up, stupid! Don't bug me! Hee. Yeah, you shouldn't call her stupid. Margie's awesome. Well, it's almost time. Yeah. Is everyone ready to go? We'll be waiting here, so let me know when you are through preparing. Yeah, I think I'm good. Actually, let's go ahead and end the video here. We'll pick it up in the next episode. I'm going to go save it, and then we'll get the operation to free Aveh underway. See you then.